All right, let's get things started, folks. It's David Baer here. Welcome to the call. Just a quick housekeeping. Want to make sure that everybody can see my screen. You should see the words "Messenger Marketing for Business." Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just typing into the. Okay, a couple of you guys already figured that out, so thank you. And I'm going to assume that if you heard me ask the question, that you can hear me speaking in general. So I'm just going to dive in and get things going here. Today we're going to be talking about how business can leverage Facebook Messenger, which is one of many different chat platforms out there. But as you're going to see shortly, it's one of the ones that I think you should really be focusing on seriously, perhaps more than some of the others out there, like chat platforms for your website, exclusively, that kind of thing. All right, so let's dive in. So look, if you've not been paying attention, then you've been missing out on the fact that that Facebook has developed a really solid platform for businesses to be able to communicate with their prospective as well as current clients and customers out there. It's a highly powerful tool to build relationships and also to acquire new customers, to build lists, and many other things. Now, it's been around for just about a year and a half now at this point. They started back in April of 2017 when they announced that they were going to be updating kind of the basic chat capabilities to something much more sophisticated, what they call the Messenger platform, and that businesses could really leverage this in some very highly powerful ways. So let's talk a little bit about what their original intent was with this platform, and then we can talk a little bit about how you can leverage this effectively in your own business. So, there's an interesting quote here from David Marcus, the VP at Facebook in charge of the Messenger project. He said, "Our aim is to become the new Yellow Pages for businesses." And I think that probably if you have been in business for any period of time, especially if you think back to the days when the Yellow Pages actually mattered to a business, people are looking for businesses, looking to interact with businesses in very different ways these days than even just a few years ago. Whether it, you might have had people who would go onto a website and search around for a contact form, or look for a phone number and pick up the phone and try to have a conversation with a business. This is a shortcut to be able to get answers to questions or insights into whether a business can accommodate a need or solve a problem in a much more efficient way, and doing it in a space and at a time when the consumer wants to have that interaction. So, this is a quick clip that I have from the announcement about what they were doing, what's behind the idea at Facebook when they launched Messenger platform. So let's go ahead and give a listen.
Last year, Messenger was the fastest growing app in the US, ahead of even Facebook, which was second. Messenger just passed 900 million monthly actives. And now, between Messenger and WhatsApp, people are sending about 60 billion messages a day. So to put that in perspective, at its peak, global SMS volume was right around 20 billion messages a day. So we're processing about 3 times as many messages as SMS ever did, and these services are still growing incredibly quickly. So now that Messenger has scaled, we're starting to develop ecosystems around it. And the first thing we're doing is exploring how you can all communicate with businesses. Now, you probably interact with dozens of businesses every day, and some of them are probably really meaningful to you. But I've never met anyone who likes calling a business. And no one wants to have to install a new app for every service or business that they want to interact with. So we think that there's got to be a better way to do this. We think that you should just be able to message a business in the same way you'd message a friend. You should get a quick response, and it shouldn't take your full attention like a phone call would, and you shouldn't have to install a new app. So today we're launching Messenger platform. So you can build bots for Messenger. And it's a simple platform. It's powered by artificial intelligence, so you can build natural language services to communicate directly with people. So let's take a look. So CNN, for example, is going to be able to send you a daily digest of stories right into Messenger. And the more you use it, the more personalized it'll get. And if you want to learn about a specific topic, like, say, the Supreme Court nomination or the Zika virus, you just send a message and it'll send you that information. Or take 1-800-Flowers. I love this one. Now, if you want to send a message, flower, you don't have to install a new app or enter your credit card again. You just send a message. And I bet that's not who you thought those flowers were going to. I know someone who's sitting here today who also thought that those were not who those flowers were going to. Now, I have to say, I love this one. I find it pretty ironic because now to order from 1-800-Flowers, you never have to call 1-800-Flowers again. So Messenger is going to be the next big platform for sharing privately.
All right, so you got the idea. Facebook really saw an opportunity to help businesses centralize their communication in a place where consumers hang out and interface with a business in a way that can happen at any time, any place, particularly something that is set up to work incredibly well via mobile devices. And obviously that's an important thing because, as you know, mobile devices are at the center of most of our digital interactions these days. All right, so let's actually dive into some facts here. We're looking at somewhere around, and these numbers may be a little bit old, but somewhere around 1.3 billion people using Facebook Messenger currently on a monthly basis. Now, Zuckerberg had a couple of numbers up there, something like 60 billion messages daily between Facebook Messenger and the other platform that Facebook owns called WhatsApp, which is not as prevalent in the US as it is in other parts of the world. But most of those interactions are individuals communicating with each other. What I think is still a very striking number is that 8 billion messages are exchanged between consumers and businesses on a monthly basis. There are something like 300,000 chatbots that are currently out there, and that accounts for a really small percentage of businesses who are actually utilizing Messenger as a platform to communicate. And while that may sound like it means that you shouldn't get into it because nobody else is doing it, what it actually means is that with so many billions of users and so much comfort on the part of individuals using this platform, that if you as a business are there and your competition isn't, you're actually going to win out against competition in many instances as a result. And then I don't have to tell you that smartphone use is prevalent in our society, and that it actually is the tool, the platform that most people are engaging in some sort of digital media time with versus all the other tools out there. All right, a few more facts. Some of the most popular mobile social networking apps in the US, this is as of July of this year. Facebook, obviously, number one at 168 million visitors. And then you'll see Instagram is number two. But number three is kind of surprising. Facebook Messenger. That app is getting far more use than so many other big names out there. I'll give you an example, right? If you look at the next one, Twitter, and then Pinterest and Snapchat, Pinterest and Snapchat combined do not add up to the amount of activity on Facebook Messenger. Now, Twitter. This is actually a bigger number than I've seen in some other studies, but maybe Twitter is kind of a little bit bigger at the moment, given the political celebrity use of that platform. But I would say that Facebook Messenger is continuing to grow, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it grow either alongside or even surpass Instagram in the next several months. So a lot of usage, obviously. Next is number of mobile phone messaging apps that users worldwide have been using between 2016 and how it's projected into 2021. So currently we're seeing something along the lines of 2 billion users, and we're going to probably see that increase. It's just the trajectory you can see just is a steady increase year over year. And so I think that this is a place that people are going to want to be communicating themselves, and businesses would be foolish to not consider this as a platform to communicate with their prospective and existing clients. All right, percentage of U.S. internet users who use Facebook Messenger as of January 2018. This is specifically by age group, and while a lot of people would say, "Oh, well, the older people they're less likely to use it," I think that you would be surprised to see that obviously in the 25 to 34. Age range, that's the highest usage. But 35 to 44 and 45 to 54, those are people who I'm going to assume you want to be connected with as a business. But even our higher ages on this chart, 65 to 75, and then 75 plus, half of the people in the 65 to 75 age range are using Facebook Messenger, and 40% over 75. So we do have a ton of usage, even as the population is older. People are using it more than you might expect, and so knowing that there is an audience out there for your business to communicate with using this platform is really quite important and impressive. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how these messenger bots work. Here's a couple of examples. On the left, there's a hotel example. And so to be very clear about what a bot is, this is a pre-programmed sequence of responses. It could be a menu, could be what we would call a funnel, which is sort of a process of being able to guide people through a series of questions to a result that the business may want the consumer to have. So there's a few different ways that you can utilize this, but the key to having a bot connected to your messenger platform for your business is that you can receive inquiries 24/7 and respond 24/7 and guide your prospective customer or client to the place they want to go without having to expend a person's time or miss out on responding to somebody because you didn't see that inquiry come in. So let's take a look at this hotel example on the left. This is a hotel in Scotland, and somebody clicks Get Started. There's some information, and then you can actually search through the different offerings, whether it's the rooms, or you want to get information about the food services, or doing a special event at the place, and then you can go ahead and click on an option. So About Us, and then there's a little bit of a response. All right, here's some information about it, and then would you like to go back to the main menu, or would you like to actually give us a call? And you can call right from the app, and because it's on the phone, you have the ability to jump right in there. Now the person wants to search for weddings and functions and information about that, and so you can go ahead and go through there and see the information on that particular subject matter. So that's sort of the general way that a bot works. You're sort of prompted to click on maybe a menu of a few different choices as you're trying to learn a little bit more about a particular offering that the business has. Let's take a look at the restaurant example here on the right hand side, right? So Luigi Malone's is a is a restaurant in Ireland. So you want to learn about the restaurant? Go ahead and get some general info like the hours of business, and then you can do things like book a table or set up a special event. Take a look at the menu. In this case, I've chosen to take a look at the menu. You can then look through a few different menu options. So whether it's dinner or lunch or just look at the desserts. So this is the main menu, dinner time menu, and it can then get populated right there, either as an image that can be enlarged, or you can actually even embed the website right inside Messenger, and somebody could browse the website right in there as well. There's a few different ways to do this, but highly effective way to kind of go through the process of sharing information about your business right there inside Messenger. You know what the most frequently asked questions are about your business, and you have the ability to answer them and guide somebody to a resolution. So here we go. I've now gone through and clicked that I want to make a reservation, and then right inside of Messenger, the website is loading. Now, Messenger platform is not probably the best tool for using as a browser. There's some shortcomings to it right now. Is not as fast as I'd like it to, but you saw that I was able to make a reservation right there inside of the Messenger platform. And then click back to main menu, and again you can start the routine all over again. So those are two examples of how this might work. All right, some hot trends. So one of the things that I think is highly effective is getting people to join your Messenger list. Now, when somebody communicates with Messenger, one of the things that you have the ability to do is then create a list of anybody who has interacted with your Messenger bot, and then send broadcasts out to them. Now, Facebook has put some protections in place to make sure that you're not overly abusive of this, and you cannot be overtly promotional by sending broadcasts out all the time. But if you have good information to share, or telling people about special events, that's all just fine. So you can actually deliver special offers inside of Messenger. You also have the ability to do stuff like have a special deal or a special coupon or something that you can give people. And it's very, very simple to do. In fact, you can run ads to a Messenger bot, and then the Messenger bot would go through the process of capturing the user's information. They could collect whatever info that you want to collect, their email address, their phone number, and because a lot of that is actually shared inside of Facebook, Messenger bots can pre-populate their answer and say, is this the correct email address for you, or that kind of thing. So in this case, we're actually, asking for an email address, and then you can actually get people to share that information. Okay, here's another hot trend. Giveaways, right? Special offers, and so this is another place where you can give stuff away. Now, case study. So we'll go back to the that restaurant in Ireland, Luigi Malone's. Over 2,300 entries into a competition. They spent something like $250 on it, and they got out of those entries just short of 1,000 paying customers. So huge return on running a campaign that basically then offered people a special deal on having a meal at the restaurant. Okay, another one, 800 leads that came into a hotel in France. In less than 30 days, they collected these leads and got a 511% return on their investment simply by collecting leads and then sending out an offer and getting people to book rooms in the hotel. All right, one more, and this is interaction with actually a second app, a mobile wallet, where a restaurant got 15,072 new customers by using a mobile wallet offer that gets updated on a monthly basis with additional offers. So if you don't know what a mobile wallet is, that would be something like Apple Pay or Google Pay. That's what it is, and you can integrate those payment platforms directly inside of Facebook Messenger as well, giving you another sort of outlet to be able to get people to easily, with the click of a button, make a decision to opt in or spend money on something that you're offering. All right, so why is this important for business? Well, consumers want to be able to interact with businesses in a frictionless way, really not having to pick up the phone or wait for somebody to answer or deal with somebody at the other end. I mean, when was the last time that you had a desire to make a phone call? Most of our usage of our phones these days is to browse the internet and read email, not to talk to people. And I think that this is really playing into what the public is doing these days is to shy away from having to communicate via email or via phone or going into a business in person, when you can simply type a few words into a chatbot in your Facebook account and get answers to your questions. And so really the process is fairly simple. As business owners, we want to be able to capture the attention of prospective clients out there. And then we want to be able to engage them inside of Facebook Messenger, and then the whole process is kind of a set it and forget it. You publish your Messenger bot, and you let it do the work for you. The only question now is, how do we get people to find the Messenger bot? And that is integrated into Facebook's advertising platform now as well, which will give you the ability to post something, and you probably see this in your feeds already. You put a post out there and you say something like, comment with this word underneath. And when you comment on a post using a particular keyword, Messenger jumps into action and starts interacting with you, right? That's just one of many different ways that you can approach the integration of an ad and Messenger. All right, let's sort of jump over here. So 1.2, I haven't even updated the slide. 1.3 billion users in Facebook Messenger right now. Totally increase your brand engagement with your customers. Obviously, we know that a ton of activity on smartphones. The Messenger apps are the most popular way for people to communicate with each other, and increasingly so with businesses as well. And here's the thing. I haven't seen the exact stats, but that most people are checking their email on their phones multiple times a day. I've seen numbers as high as 17 times a day, and the Messenger app is also being interacted with and checked multiple times a day by most consumers. All right, so that's sort of an overview of how Facebook Messenger works, and it's truly the next big thing, I think, for businesses in terms of being able to communicate with consumers and prospective clients out there, as well as a great way to continue to engage with your existing clientele. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to utilize Facebook Messenger and get a quote from me and my team about how we can put something customized together for you and your business, reach out. I have a link here in the chat that I have shared with you, and you can schedule time to talk to a member of my team and learn more about how to integrate Facebook Messenger in your business as well. well. So, hey, this is David Baer with Baer on Marketing. For my team and myself, I want to thank you for coming onto this call and exploring the opportunity that exists with Facebook Messenger. You make it a great day, and I'll look forward to connecting with you again real soon. Thanks.